But Obama, I like the guy, but obviously his policies weren't conducive to a great situation in America. And that's for someone who's voted for him twice. And then Trump shows up.
Your favorite.
Trump shows up. And, I was never a fan of The Apprentice. I always thought that Donald Trump was like, put it this way. Remember I told you I went to like those rich schools?
Yeah.
There were certain kids that I didn't hang out with because I just thought they were douchebags.
Yep.
Okay? And Trump with his gold-plated toilets and you're fired. I was like, he's kind of a douchebag. Like, but I know these kind of guys. Like, I don't really care. But when now you're the leading candidate for the president of the United States and you show up on your first speech, you're like, these Mexicans are raping everybody out here. Kind of like, what's going on here? And then he didn't denounce the KKK, and everyone had their moment. So I was not a fan of Trump whatsoever. And I had literally friends. Told you my buddy is Clinton's body man. My other roommate in college literally ran Hillary's finance campaign of Florida. So like, it wasn't like I was like, yay, Hillary, I'm with her. I'm just like, yeah, Hillary, Trump, Hillary. Like, so, but here's what I realized. You asked politically, especially if you're on the left and you're used to voting Democrat, whatever media you're watching is not being forthright with you. They have an agenda against Trump. They have an agenda in general. They're bought and paid for by Big Pharma. Everything that happened during COVID, we saw that played out. Turns out if you're a healthy 22-year-old stud dude, you probably don't need to get your fifth booster this week.
We didn't get even the first one.
Right. So
I'm on 8 right now.
So where I'm at now is, we started the podcast in 2020, and I was the liberal guy with PBD, who's an entrepreneur, capitalist, probably center right. And there was a third co-host, who people don't remember, Josh. Josh is as MAGA as it gets. MAGA'd out, like literally poster of Donald Trump above his office. I'd be surprised if he didn't have one above his bed. Like, he's thinking of Trump while he's banging his wife. But like, I love Josh. But we would get these divisive arguments, and then it would become personal attacks. And it's like, I actually like you. We're friends, but like when it comes to politics, now we hate each other. This isn't good. So there's two things. Personally, I've learned that, especially with Daryl Davis and that conversation, treating people with respect, especially with understanding how the media is, that, two things can be true at once with Trump. Yes, he can be a narcissistic, egomaniac, shit-talking comedian, just saying the most nonsensical things. Cool. But also maybe he has actually some good policies, and actually the media has been lying about him and trying to bring him down, in the swamp and the matrix, whatever you want to call him, have also been trying to attack him. Those two things can be true at once. Where I think the left goes wrong is they say, yeah, well, who cares? Who cares that they banned him from social apps? Who cares that they're indicting him? He's a fucking asshole. And I would say, well, that's kind of dangerous. Yeah. Because someone's an asshole doesn't mean that they should be in jail or canceled or, the whole January 6th thing. So where I'm at now, long story short, is I'm looking at my two choices saying Trump or Biden. And I'm like, please, America, can we do better than this? Please, America, can we do better than this? Because even if you love Trump, that's only going to be 4 more years. Okay, you can't. The problem with the MAGA community is, they get accused of being a cult, right? And dude, love your candidate. I don't love anybody. Like I'm not like, oh, I love Biden, I love Obama. Zero. But people fall in love with Trump, and I get it. But at the same time, he is such a divisive figure. Whether that's earned, entitled, or completely manufactured, he is. And I'm sick of the biggest problem I have with someone like Trump is that it's going to be 4 more years of Americans hating Americans. The right, if they win, the MAGA, they'll be just being, what do they call it? Like own the libs. They'll do, fuck you, we beat you this time. And if the left defeats Trump, they'll be like, fuck you, we got him out of there. Like, my whole wish is that can we get to a candidate that 60% of Americans approve? Because if you look at the approval ratings, Trump's at 42, Biden's at 41, maybe Trump on a good day is 45, maybe on a Biden's first day in office, it was 49. This not even 50% of the country approves of the candidate is a race to the bottom.
Yeah.
So whether it's a Nikki Haley or a DeSantis or a Vivek or a Bobby Kennedy
Or PBD.
or I wish she's born in Iran.
yeah, I wish she was an
Can we
American
get to a point where we don't hate each other anymore? We don't judge somebody and know who they vote for president, and return to just loving thy neighbor, respecting each other. I know for sure, just because I've sat down with literally everybody on the right, from Alex Jones to Ron DeSantis to Ben Carson, like you name it, to everyone on the left, not as many, but I know these people because I was in that world. We have way more in common than we disagree about.
Yeah.
Like if you don't bring up politics once, like if we didn't talk politics and hey, we're just having dinner, hey bro, you see the game last night? Oh yeah, where's your daughter in school? Like you'll get along. And then the last question is, so who'd you vote for? Oh, Trump? Oh, I fucking hate you, bro. Like I think that needs to somehow be reversed, where we're not at each other's throats. And that's my one wish for America. That's why I think we need some sort of synergist in the White House that Biden sort of campaigned on, but didn't necessarily deliver. Where there was the LA riots back in the day after Rodney King and all that got beat up, and he said, "Can't we all get along?" And I feel like that's kind of where we're at in America today. And social media has amplified that, because now the beautiful thing about social media is anybody can say anything. The ugly thing about social media is anybody can say anything. And it gets so negative, it gets so toxic that there needs to be sort of a return to some sort of decorum where you don't just talk shit on the internet to everybody and not expect to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Because words, the words shouldn't hurt you, but you can have some accountability there. So I would love to see whoever it is. If it's Trump, God bless you. If it's Biden, God bless you. If it's Bobby Kennedy, God bless you. Whoever it is, can you get to a point where 60% of America approves of you? You're always going to have 30%, 40%, whatever that hates you, no matter. But can you get to that 60? Get 10 more percent.
Yeah.
Get 15 more percent. I think that's what we need in America. And you asked such a great question. You're not red, you're not white. I'm red, white, and blue. And I love America.
Love that.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this short clip, check out the full interview here. And if you want to see more clips from this episode, check it out right here.